So welcome. This is Forrest out in St. Louis. Had to get up and close my door there so I wouldn't disturb the rest of the family. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. So as promised, I had one of my coaching clients today ask me a question about getting customers and so on and so forth. And I get that question a lot. Is like, how do you get so many customers on social media? And two things, and we'll talk about this here as I want to go over just some basic strategies so you understand. And it may take a little bit of time to get there, but I'll go through some stuff. We'll talk about it here real quick, give you some good tips on what's going to be required and how I got to where I am in terms of audience and target audience. So you might be stuck, and I guess I'll ask this question. I will ask this question: do you struggle with getting customers from your social media marketing? And I can say this: one, it's how you ask the right questions. You got to make sure you ask the right questions, and not only that, you got to ask the right question to the right person. So we're going to jump into that here right away. Hopefully, this will help you out a little bit. Hey, Glow, thanks for swinging by. So here we go. Let's jump into this. We'll get going right away. So this is how this goes. Again, my name is Forrest Knight. I'm a social media marketing strategist. I love helping people succeed online. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators. I'm a coach. Absolutely love helping people succeed online. On a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a legacy creator. And I hope you are too. So check this out. So one, just right off the bat, just getting straight to the point. Any strategy, anything that you do online, one, it's going to require time. It takes time. It's not an overnight deal. You are not going to show up. I can guarantee you, if you're just starting today on social media and marketing on social media and prospecting on social media, you're not going to do the numbers I'm going to do. Why? Because you're just not going to get there. I mean, you would literally have to do, if you to get the same numbers I get every single week, you would have to do like 1 billion reach outs. And I'm not even under exaggerating that. You would have to do thousands of reach outs a day to make the impact that I've had, because I've been doing it over time a lot, right? And also with target and figuring out how to target down your audience and knowing who your audience is. So let's jump into that. Also realizing that you have to have a little bit of patience, because anything worth doing is not fast. This isn't a get rich quick deal. This is a get rich long deal. This is a long-term investment. If you need emergency cash right now because you're struggling and you're starting a social media business online, you might really want to look at getting a job to satisfy that income if it's an emergency, right? That's the deal. If you started a social media marketing business, if you started a network marketing business, an internet marketing business, or something like that. Now, if you have some capital over here on the side and you have some money to spend, but if you're in an emergency mode and you're getting ready to lose your house, it might not be a really good time to start a network marketing. I'm just being real. Sometimes you just need to go get a job, drive for Uber, drive for Lyft, do DoorDash or something to generate that income so that you can do that. So, hey, Dara, thanks for swinging by. I really appreciate it. So here's this question is, how do you get so many customers so fast? And there's all kinds of ways you can do this, but right down to the nitty gritty, the first thing you need to do is you need to have a complete understanding of what problem, what struggle your product or service takes care of for somebody. Now, I have in my company, I have 2 verticals, and the 2 verticals that I focus on make it make it a lot more simple for me to identify the target audience. So that's cool for me, right? So you've got products in your company. I would recommend you find 1 or 2, not all of them, because when you do all of them, you're like a dollar store. You need to be very focused. As Chalene Johnson says, you need to niche down. You need to get very purposed, and you need to be very intentional with who you're going after for your target audience. It's very, very important that you focus on that. You get really good on that one person. You get really good on that one target avatar. You get really good at figuring out what that 1 or 2 products does that's going to satisfy everything. A couple of my friends have companies that have 400, 500, 600 products in their arsenal of stuff. And it would be absolutely psychotic for them to try and target everybody with every product, right? Even grocery stores, like you'll see a grocery store advertise, like Walmart will advertise. They don't go up and down every aisle and say, we got beans, we got soup, we got potatoes, we got corn, we got bread, we got donuts, they'll advertise one or two products on a commercial, watch it, one or two products, buy one, milk, get one free. They might talk about orange juice or bread or the big, but it's always just one product. And then they'll do a little rollback thing, right? But they never talk about all the products in Walmart, just talk about one or two. And sometimes they don't even talk about products. You just talk about rolling back prices and people walking around shopping. So when you're looking at your target audience, you need to know what struggle that your product solves for that audience, right? You need to understand it. Once you know what that is, it's easy to ask them the question, if I could show you how to XYZ PDQ, would you be open to taking a look at some information that can help you with that? So if you struggle with irritable bowel syndrome, if you struggle with irritable bowel syndrome, would you be open to taking a look at some information that can help you with that? Right? Now, you may or may not. Now, if you've done your homework, you probably know where people are going to hang out, right? Remember when I talked about this training before, is you've got to find out where people live online. Where would somebody with irritable bowel syndrome hang out at? What websites would they be on? What groups would they be on? What pages would they be looking at? What kind of articles, magazines, what kind of pages would they hang out at? Where would you find these people, right? Where would you find these people? Where would you find people that are looking to change how they eat so they can lose weight? Maybe on the Weight Watchers page, right? I mean, there's all kinds of ways, but you really got to think about, where do these people live? Put yourself in their shoes so you know where to prospect these people. Once you know where to find them and you know what problem you're solving, asking the question is very, very easy. A lot of times they'll self-identify by putting a post up that says, I struggle with this. So you can hashtag that. You can actually search that on Facebook. Search for people that said this, and it'll give you a whole list of people who made a comment on that. Maybe you're a divorce attorney, right? Maybe you specialize in divorces, and maybe you just type in the word divorce in the Facebook search bar and see how many articles or how many posts, how many comments came up about somebody talking about divorce. Perfect target audience. People that are talking about divorce is a pretty good idea. Jimmy says IBS.com. So anywhere that you want to find a target audience, that's who you want to go after. Jimmy's in the car business. And let's say that you wanted to target somebody in the car business. Say you have a luxury line. Who would you go look at to get people to come look at your luxury line? Something bit me on the back of my neck, is driving me nuts. So maybe you want to target somebody in another luxury line. So you go to, say, Mercedes-Benz, or you go to Infiniti, and you look at people that have commented, and you reach out to them and says, say, I see you're into Infiniti. Have you ever considered looking at XYZ brand? So it's always understanding where your audience lives, how you can target that audience, and what the question is that you need to ask them, right? What question do you need to ask them? It's sort of like a recruiter. If I'm a recruiter and I specialize in recruiting football players, where am I going to go look? I'm going to go to where the football players are hanging out. That would be on the football field, and I'm going to look at them, and I'm going to try to recruit them. I'm not going to go to the swim team to look for a football player, right? So it's very, very important that you understand where your audience hangs out. That's how you get a lot of customers in your network marketing business, is you need to know who they are. And basically, when you say who they are, is what problem do they have that you need to solve? And once you know what that is, then you need to know where that person is going to hang out that has that problem. And if you know those two, then you not understand the next question to ask them. And you, of course, sometimes they'll self-identify by talking about it on a post, and you can target them, bring them offline and say, hey, I see you're making a comment about this. What kind of solution did you come up with? If they say blah, 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 great. Would you be open to take a look at some information I have that might help you solve your problem? Right. So that's an easy conversation. It's more of a direct approach. But you can also do the open approach by saying, hey, do you know anybody that blah, 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 blah? Or, hey, this is what I specialize in. Or, hey, you may not know this. Maybe you're talking to your warm market prospects. Hey, you may not know this, but I help people do blah, 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 blah. I was wondering if you might be able to take a look at some information, see if I can help you do that too. Right. So that's the conversation. That's how you get really good on helping people in a target audience get enrolled. If somebody says, I need to make more money, or somebody says, I need to lose weight, and you're asking them if you could show them some information that might help them do that, do you think there's more likelihood that they might enroll with you as a customer? Right. So that's the question for you. So that's all I've got. I love you. Jesus loves you. There's absolutely nothing you can do about it. I'm on a mission to have no more empty refrigerators, make an extreme impact, and be a Lady Suit creator. I hope you got some value out of this. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.